When you think Vice TV, your first instinct may not be sports, but that narrative is shifting a bit. And here to talk about how the network's sports strategy is evolving is Pete Gaffney, Vice TV's president. Pete, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Austin.
So Vice was originally known for lifestyle program, reality TV, other stuff, but at the start of 2025, that seems to have shifted more to the realm of sports. So why did this strategy shift into sports make sense for Vice?
Vice has always been a brand that has been an independent voice in media, telling stories that others won't tell. Last year, I was brought in as president, and we thought, as we were looking at the cable landscape, we know that sports is basically what's holding the cable bundle together. And we thought that a move towards sports would, one, bring the audience that is still in the bundle. So we know that there are more sports fans in the bundle just by the mere sort of way the bundle has changed. And so we thought we could attract an audience that was interested in sports. And we could also appeal to the distributors as well, who are continually putting together all sorts of new packages. So as the bundle is reorganizing itself, we think that with a sports strategy, and Vice, we think we can be a different player in that world and be part of different bundles as they sort of put themselves together. So we thought it was a good business strategy for us. And we thought that we also can be in this a little bit of a white space in sports, because again, sports is largely, you have the big players in sports in cable, and then you also have the streamers. And we think we are a bit of a different voice in the world of sports that is not aligned with the leagues, the major leagues, and we can tell stories that are a little different.
Well, speaking of those stories, among your initial partners on the content side was Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions. How did those conversations come about for that partnership?
When we first started on this journey, we reached out to all of the creative community, and Omaha, we love the work that Omaha has done. And so we decided we wanted to do a college basketball follow documentary series. And so as we scoured the landscape, Omaha came up. They had been talking to John Calipari at Arkansas, and we decided to do that show. We also did another college basketball show with Rick Pitino, but the Omaha, we trusted Omaha. We knew they had done great work, so we decided to go and work with them on this project. And it was a very successful project for us. And we've continued to work with Omaha. We have another series that we just greenlit with them as well. And we look for more in the future.
Yeah, Razor's Edge, that was that documentary series about Calipari and Arkansas. You also mentioned the Pitino docuseries Red Storm Rising. Wow, you guys couldn't have caught them at a better time. Such a resurgence this past season for that basketball program. Can we expect to see Pitino run it back with Vice next season?
We are talking to The Workshop, who is the production company, who has been basically following Rick Pitino since he went to Greece a few years ago. We're talking to them about doing another season. We may change it around a little bit, but we're continuing to talk to them. We found that series to be extremely successful for us. It put the Vice Sports brand on the map along with the Omaha Razor's Edge series. We see value in doing these types of all-access shows, for sure.
I want to talk a little bit about your live event programming, specifically the package you have starting this season with the Big Three. Ice Cube was on this podcast a couple of weeks ago. Very excited to have you all involved as a media partner. So how would you describe what the package is that you have with Ice Cube's Big Three?
So we have a number of Big Three games over the course of the season. I think it's about 24 or so games, I think. Usually CBS goes on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. We will come directly after that. CBS will throw to our telecast as well. And so we just started this past weekend, and that's exciting for us. The world of live sports is something that we know we have to be a part of. We have the Big Three partnership. We also have a partnership with Arena Football. So we have the AF1 games on the season, bare knuckle boxing as well. We're looking at, we've been doing some other sort of non-live, but look live sports as well, trying to transform this channel and create this sports brand around both documentary and live sports as well.
And I think this coming weekend is a big one for you. It's the first time you're actually going to have back-to-back live events in the Big Three and Arena Football one. You guys ready to take that on?
Well, yes, we're ready. Look, for other networks, it's an everyday occurrence. For us, it's a sort of big step for us. We're ready for it. I'm sure it'll go fine for us, but it's a bit of a milestone for us as we move forward. So we're excited about it.
I guess either from an audience ratings type of perspective or just a general reception perspective, what sorts of programming that you have put on your network sports-wise has surprised you with the success that it's had?
Vice was built on, again, this sort of a great storytelling. We had a foundation in sports storytelling with a series called Dark Side of the Ring that we launched 5-6 years ago. And the reason why that show worked for us is because the world of wrestling was a very insulated world, and we were able to tell stories that the WWE didn't necessarily want everyone to hear. But we were telling those stories, and we knew we were attracting fans of wrestling who wanted to hear stories outside of that system. And so we know that type of storytelling is going to work. We launched earlier this year another version of Dark Side. We've expanded that brand out in different ways. And we did an MMA version of the series called Dark Side of the Cage, which I was not sure whether we could expand the Dark Side franchise into MMA, but it worked very well and saw growth throughout the season. We also feel that talent is an important part of our mission. And so we did a series earlier this year called The Verdict, which was an exploration, a 3-part exploration into who was most responsible for the success of the New England Patriots. Was it Bill Belichick or Tom Brady? That worked.
The existential question, yeah.
It's we know these questions are somewhat silly because there aren't real answers to it, but it's also the type of question that people, sports fans are always asking. And so that existential question we explored, and it did very well for us as well. And got fantastic viewership. And we're bringing that series. We haven't announced it yet, so I can't really say too much, but we plan on bringing that series back. The other part of that was that, talk about talent, Christopher Mad Dog Russo was the host of that show. That partnership has worked really well for us. We love the ability to take our content and amplify it through talent. And that's what Mad Dog does on his platforms as well. And so that was a big success for us too.
All right, people, we'll get you out of here on this. When someone asks what Vice Sports is about now and into the future, what is your pitch?
My pitch is that we are a place where people can come and tell their stories independently outside the normal system of the sports world. I feel like I'm an outsider in the sports business still. I've only been doing this for about a year. I have a long background in television, but sports is new to me. And I love the idea of combining the world of sports with what Vice represents, which is this sort of gonzo storytelling, truth, speaking truth to power, and being able to tell these stories in a way that others won't and can't. And that's the pitch I have to everyone we talk to, is that we are a place that are going to tell some stories that are going to be tougher, but are going to really be honest, truthful, and different in the world of sports. I think we fill a white space in a way that others really can't do. And that's the pitch we have to everyone, to talent, to production companies, to everyone in the business.
Well, a lot of new content, new direction for Vice TV. You can check it out. Check it out this weekend. They have the back-to-back Big Three and Arena Football lineup. Pete Gaffney, Vice TV, appreciate you joining us on the pod.
Thank you, Austin. Appreciate it.